What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today actually marks the 1-year anniversary of me being a full-time gaming YouTuber. For the last 12 months, I've actually been paying my bills by talking about video games, which is still a concept that is absolutely insane to me. I consider myself an extremely normal person. I didn't go to college, I don't have any special training, and I don't really have any real gifts. I just like video games, and I figured a little bit about editing and script writing. I've never done anything incredible in my life, and now I'm doing this. It's so strange, so I kind of just want to give my point of view as to what this last year has been like as just a totally random guy who happened to become a YouTuber. I want to start off with a bit of a negative note because this is the weirdest thing to me: hater videos. This is so funny, but so odd to me still. The fact that there are people who watch my videos, get super mad, and then make a video about how I suck. And then hundreds and hundreds of people watch that. That's still so weird to think that, like, people watch this video and then get so moved that they want to make something to call me out. Now, I have no hate against them. Do what you want to do, make the videos you're passionate about. And if you're passionate about hating me, well, that's your own motivation. But I saw a video last night where seriously, this guy got so upset about a review I did, he stood up and started punching a chair in rage. About me, some random guy who just likes playing video games. This happens occasionally where I just find somebody who makes like a 30-minute or hour-long video being like, "Reason number 45, the Dreamcast guy is trash. His face looks really bad." It's so weird because, I mean, I am just such a typical person. A year and a half ago, I was literally just shelving books. I worked in the law department and I was just putting things on shelves and being a random person. And now I'm online having people try and call me out. It's so hilarious how quickly your life can change, where one day you're doing this job, another day you're doing another job. I kind of like it though. It's sort of funny, especially when at one point, I really pissed off the PSVR community. And I saw this podcast. It was seriously like an hour and a half long podcast where they went through one of my videos piece by piece and just went literally, they got my script clearly. They wrote down every word I said and then went through it one bit at a time and really tried to just break me down. And it was so weird. Because keep in mind, imagine if it's you. Put yourself in my shoes. You're just going through life, you see some cool video games, you talk about them, and then people start making these giant dissertations about how you screwed up for the last time, Dreamcast guy. It's like, whoa, bro, like, I think you're taking this a lot more seriously than I do, and this is my job. But even when that happens, it's still so fun. Everything about this job, everything about this career is so extremely cool. It's so fun getting to play games and just kind of goof around. I do think that the deadlines are more stressful than people think, but even then, it's still super enjoyable. I'm just a guy, a capture card, and some games. You know, a silly secret I mention every once in a while is the fact that this is a cheap $100 microphone. I'm filming this on my cell phone, and I write all my scripts in WordPad. I'm not a professional. I'm just a dude who loves talking about all sorts of cool stuff and playing through all sorts of cool adventures and telling you about them. The fact that this pays money is crazy. It's weird to exist in a time where this can happen. But more than that, it's still so... It's baffling, and it's also extremely humbling when I get to meet subscribers in real life. Like, just a couple months ago, I was at Retropalooza, and there were people walking up asking for my autograph. Now, that alone is really fun, but talking to these people was just such an incredible experience. It was like meeting somebody who is your best friend, but you never met them. These people have watched my videos maybe 10 or 20 times. They know who I am. They know what I like and they know what I don't like. So when they come up to me, a lot of times they're just bubbling with excitement and they want to talk to you about some crazy topic. They usually have a bunch of questions and it's super fun. It's seriously like getting to talk to just the most excited, happy people ever, and it's so contagious. I mean, I keep saying this, but I really consider myself just the most normal dude ever. So when people walk up and start just being like, "Oh my god, did you freaking see this thing about Shenmue 3? And let's talk about this. And hey, look at these strategy guides I found over there." It just makes you be like, "Oh!" Like, when I walked into the convention, one of the first things I saw was I walked up to this display case and it was all these Game Boy games, and I'm a really big Game Boy collector, so I was just sitting there looking at all these cool convention games, all these great deals, and this guy walked up and was like, "You're Dreamcast guy." I was like, "Yeah, hey, you watch my videos?" And he's like, "Yeah, man. Man, I bought such and such game for because of you. Hey, what did you think about this?" And we just ended up having like a 30-minute conversation about all sorts of cool topics about the industry and other YouTubers and what it's like to edit and what I use to soundproof my office. And it was just such a cool conversation with somebody that I might never see again. Each one of these interactions is just so passionate and crazy, and it's just happens so much. It's so weird being a YouTuber because it is a really privileged life. Things are really, really cool. Seriously, I've worked some extremely, extremely bad jobs. From flipping burgers and hating it, to working the night shift at Walmart and dealing with meth heads asking you where saws are because they're probably trying to commit a murder. Or stuff like construction. One of the worst jobs I ever worked is I used to go over to this construction site every 2 or 3 days and they'd give me random jobs. One time, they ended up taking me to like a car repair place that was under construction. At this point, it was basically just a giant hole in the ground where they're going to put all the pistons and stuff later on. So it was a very unfinished building. But there was a giant basement that had no lighting yet. It was literally just a pitch black basement. And they asked me to sweep it up. They lowered me down there with a rope and a broom and nothing else. I didn't have a cell phone because I was dirt broke. I didn't have a flashlight. And for 5.5 hours, I literally just swept in circles in pitch darkness. That is some of the stuff I've done in my life to get paid. That's some of the stuff I had to do in order to eat. To think that somehow I've managed to go from there and all these other really awful things to this just seems impossible. It's really made me realize that life can be so amazing. It's such a crazy journey. Honestly, so many times during this entire YouTube experience, I've really thought about how much my life is like a video game. There are so many times where I wanted to review something and it turned out that everybody else forgot to review it and that video blew up. Like Tokiden 2. I never would have thought that that video would have gotten so many views and gotten so many subscribers. I keep getting so lucky, and now I have a job that makes me the freaking luckiest guy on the planet. I'm not the biggest YouTuber, I'm not the smallest YouTuber, but I'll be damned if I don't feel like the luckiest YouTuber. Every topic I get to talk about, it just gets so much interesting feedback. It's so cool to read these comments. Even when people really disagree with what I said, a lot of times they're just so well written. I kind of like being called out with so much respect. I feel like every day I'm getting educated on something new. More and more, as I go through this life, I'm just so thankful that one day I sat down in front of a cell phone and just started talking about video games. And I'm even more thankful for the fact that you guys are coming along on this ride. Thank you for supporting everything I do. Thank you for all the great comments and everything else. And seriously, if there's one thing I want you to take away from all of this, if you have ever considered being a YouTuber, start today. Because you know what? That's the big secret. None of us know what we're doing. I am nobody. I'm not special. I'm not cool. I'm not unique. I'm just a guy who loves video games. If you truly love something, if you sit down and talk about it, somebody is gonna want to listen. So do it. Follow your dreams. That's really why I say keep dreaming at the end of every single one of my videos, because I think it's important that you find that little fire inside yourself that keeps you going, that little fire that tells you what you want to be alive for. Get that, make it grow into a flame, and keep dreaming. I'm being dead serious about that. Follow your dreams and keep doing what you want to do. Thanks so much for watching. Do me a big favor, give this video a like, leave me a cool comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. But do me the biggest favor of all, and as always, keep dreaming. Man, I'm about to cry. I'm like seriously about to cry. I'm just so happy. I can't believe I get to talk about like Final Fantasy and Grandia. Like, alright, I'm gonna go play some video games or I'm gonna cry. I love you guys. Seriously, thank you. I love you. This has been the best year of my life, and it's all because of you. Oh, hey! I was just playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto on my Darth Vader PSP. Are you curious what I'm going to come out with next? Well, if you click this button, you'll be subscribed to be the first to know. Also, if you click over here and here, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. I promise, it was super good. or it was really bad and I'm sure you can just make fun of me in the comments. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.